Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing just a quick little mixed martial arts fight video prediction. Haven't done one for a while. And UFC has just announced that at UFC 183, which should be Super Bowl weekend, so it's a ways away at this point, but it's a big one. We will see the return of Anderson, the Spider Silva, and he's going to be facing, get this, Nick Diaz. Good stuff. So, I mean, this is pretty much as big of a fight as you can possibly get, I think, in mixed martial arts right now. You have the return of Anderson Silva, which, of course, you know, he hasn't been doing too great lately. Of course, he lost 2 straight to Chris Weidman, unfortunately. You know, a lot of us big Anderson Silva fans because he's pretty much regarded as the best of all time in UFC and pretty much in mixed martial arts too, depending on how you feel about Fedor and some other fighters. But let's just say, without argument, he's one of the best of all time. I think that's easy to say for sure. So coming back after those 2 losses, going to be fighting a huge, it's obviously going to be a huge bout, and I'm very happy that they didn't just give him some, you know, easy fight or some 185, you know, opponent that isn't even top 5 or top 10 or, you know, that type of thing. Instead, we're getting to see also the return of another fighter who's been out of mixed martial arts for a while and was reporting that he was going to retire, basically, coming out of retirement for this fight, and that is Nick Diaz. So this is a really, really interesting and exciting fight. Now, between my thoughts on who's going to win this one, who's going to take this one, I think basically comes down to one thing, and that is what kind of shape is Anderson Silva going to be able to come back in? You know, after having that huge injury with the you know, the steel pole you know, installed in his leg so that he'll be able to still, you know, maintain strength in that bone and everything in his leg. You know, what are we going to see? You know, obviously he's been out for a while. He's going to have to get back into training, rehab, all that kind of stuff before he's going to be able to fight again. And what kind of Anderson Silva are we going to see show up against Nick Diaz? That is the main question here, because I think it's kind of, I don't think it's arguable that Anderson Silva in his prime would beat Nick Diaz in his prime. I think that's, yeah, I think that's pretty standard. I think that's pretty easy to say. Nick Diaz may have an amazing chin. He may have awesome dirty boxing, but, you know, against Anderson, you know, Diaz's legs, feet, Muay Thai, so to speak, has never been that great. As a stand-up striker, he's never been somebody to, you know, really hurt guys with good kicks or knees or anything of the sort. So against Anderson, even though he's got great hands and his dirty boxing and his cardio is amazing, in his prime, Anderson, I think, would knock him out pretty easily. I don't think it would be too much of trouble for Anderson to knock him out. But we're not seeing Anderson in his prime. You know, we're seeing him after having that huge injury, and who knows what we're going to see. Who knows what kind of Anderson's going to show up. So that said, you know, based on that, I still think I have to go with Anderson, you know, in this fight, and I'll be betting on Anderson. You know, he's such a great champion, such a great fighter that you think he's gonna obviously come in good shape. He's gonna get ready. He never disrespects his opponents. He knows what Nick Diaz is gonna bring. He knows his cardio is gonna have to be top notch, and that he's gonna have to be in great shape to beat him. As long as his body's willing to cooperate with what his mind is gonna put him through in that long camp that he's gonna be, you know, going into to get ready for it, I'm still going to go with Anderson. That said, though, I wouldn't be surprised if we may see Anderson kind of show up as an over-the-hill Anderson. You know, it happens to everybody. You know, we saw it, we've seen it with a lot of fighters, but, you know, one that I think of right away, of course, is Fedor, where, you know, he loses the first fight by triangle to Verdum, and then after that, it's like he can't win. You know, he just loses. They go in streaks, you know, hot and cold, you know, a lot of times. And, you know, what are we going to see with regards to a post, you know, Weidman Anderson, where he's lost these 2, he's been injured. How is he going to come back? What kind of state is he going to be in? And is he ever going to be as fearsome as he once was? I don't think so. Everybody knows he can be beat now. They know how to beat him. And is his agility, his evasiveness going to work against someone like Nick Diaz? I don't know. Certainly if he gets tired, if Diaz is able to wear him out, if Diaz is able to, put the pace on him and maybe, show if Anderson's not in top condition, then Nick Diaz could easily win. He could also knock him out. There's lots of different possibilities on how this thing could go down. But in terms of a prediction, who I think is going to win, I'm still going to go with Anderson. I still have faith in him, even though Diaz is one of my favorite fighters as well, because he's so much fun to watch, and he's so interesting with his boxing. He never quits. He comes to fight. Regardless, I think this one's going to be a super exciting fight, and I couldn't be more excited for it. But still, I'm going to have to go with Anderson. In terms of percentages, I'm going to go with a solid 65-35 in favor of Anderson. Those are my thoughts on odds in terms of this one, because Diaz has been off too. That's the thing. He's been off too. But regardless, I don't think we're going to see a submission. I don't think we're going to see a decision. I think somebody's going to get knocked out, and I think it's going to be Diaz. That said. So let me know what you guys think about this fight. Let me know who you think is going to win and how you think it's going to play out. And, let's start up the discussion. Write some comments below. If you guys liked this video, this prediction video, please sum it up, like it below. If you want to help support the channel, please subscribe if you're new. Share it, favorite it if you want to. And, if you want to see more mixed martial arts videos, also write it in the comments below, because I could do more. It's just I don't know how much interest there is anymore. I don't know how many of my subscribers are interested in seeing that. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll call it here. That's it for this fight video prediction, guys. Travis says Anderson's going to take this one. See you for the next one. Stay in peace.